How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another operator mastery. Today we're going to be going over Ace, the operator from Steel Wave, which is kind of brand new. I guess he is brand new, really. We actually kind of did a Malusi one already. I did a Malusi sort of operator mastery, but I'm going to do an actual one here for Ace. So I love this season and how it's going with the new operators because they're actually being used. For the most part, I see Ace used a lot, and I am definitely one to say that I use Ace a ton. I think the reason for this is because, first of all, Ace is an operator that actually has really useful gadget. In his case scenario, it is the Selma, which is a hard breaching gadget. So without further ado, let's get into the operator mastery, and we always start out with Loadout and then we hop into a custom game where I can show you more about how to play the operator. One thing though before that, let me know what operator you want to see next. I know you guys wanted to see Ace, so that's why I'm doing it here today. But just let me know who you want to see next. Whichever one has the most likes is the one I'm going to do come next week. So first of all, let's go into the Loadout. He has the AK-12, which is absolutely a beast of a weapon. 45 damage at 850 fire rate. The time to kill on this is so freaking fast with the AK-12. There's a reason why a lot of people call it the best gun in the game, and that's because it probably is the best gun in the game. It has a decent size mag, not a decent, it's a good size mag. We're at 30, and the recoil is definitely controllable, and if it's not for you, then switch over to vertical grip. But angled is mostly what I would say, and hollow or ACOG is definitely up to you. I've been rolling with hollow on this gun just because the recoil does seem a little iffy with the ACOG. Now with the hollow, I find it really easy to control, so that's why I use hollow personally, and then a flash hider. So ultimately adjust this to how you see fit, but a ACOG, flash hider, and a angled grip would probably be your first start. And then if that doesn't work and you just can't control the recoil, maybe try switching to a holographic, and if that's not enough, switch to a vertical grip, and this would be your end loadout. So as for the handgun, P9 handgun, just put a muzzle brake on that or a suppressor. Either way, you're gonna be fine. And then smoke grenades, which is also a nice thing about Ace. But usually as a hard breacher, you're kind of playing support, you're usually grabbing the diffuser, so having smokes kind of allows you to do smoke plants, so that is always nice as well. You do have breaching charges if you would like to use those. So we're gonna hop into the game now of our actual gameplay in our custom match. I don't know, do you guys like it how I do it with the custom match? I try not to be show-offy and actually get gameplays and stuff like that, because honestly I feel like it does no good for you guys. But if you want to see gameplays instead of me actually just talking and trying to make you focus up on what I'm trying to say, and please do that. But I have noticed retention does go up whenever I have gameplays. Actually, that's because people just get delusional, honestly, and I think they just stare at the gameplays. That's just how we work as humans. But I think the way I do it right now, even though some people don't make it all the way through the video, I think it's still better off for people that actually want to learn something. They'll actually stick around, listen, and take in what I say. So first thing about playstyle and the reason why Ace is being played quite a lot. So the win deltas came out a few days ago, and as you guys probably have seen, or I'm going to pop it up on the screen here, Ace has been played a lot compared to the other hard breachers. I think the main reason here, and it's Habana as well, but the main reason between those is that they are not only just support players, and they both have pretty decent guns with angled grips and just good guns. Now, I'm not saying Thermite doesn't have a good gun, but something about Ace and Habana just make them feel better. Now, the reason for Ace, obviously, is because the AK-12. Habana has a various amount of reasons, but she's just a fast operator, and it's definitely fragger-oriented for sure when it comes down to it. So what I'm saying by that is support role is basically getting stuff open, so it's not like fragger based. Now the nice thing about Ace, and the reason I like Ace, is say the start of the round, right, you have your Thatcher, and your Ace up here, and you guys are going to get this wall to go into cash. Now of course this would be reinforced, but once your Thatcher does this, you do this, and hopefully they're not bandit tricking it, and if they are, it'll blow up one, and then at that point, here, let me stop it. So let's just wall finish out. So in a perfect world, this is the hole you would be getting if you were if they were not bandit tricking. Now, if they were bandit tricking, one of the sides is going to have a opening like that because they can't get both of them. However, this hole is still useful for your team. If you guys have a Maverick, indeed, it's very useful. Or anyone really with frag grenades, is you could just come in here and throw a frag and then throw your next ace over here, since you do have 3 of them. So once you've done that, though, you are not required to stay right here on the breach. Like, I think a thermite would be more required to stay on a breach like this. Instead, you could kind of go out and frag however you would like, however you see fit, really. So what I'm saying by that is, now that this hole is open, right, it should be open. Even if it only opens up one side like that, you just frag it out, you stun it out, and then you breach this one. But now it's fragging time. But it doesn't have to be fragging time, and you could just use the gun as it should be in your support role, as you do have these smoke grenades as well. So if that doesn't explain really how or why the win delta on ace is so well, or how the pick rate is so well on ace, then I don't know what will, because you have a useful gadget that is actually helping your team as an opening a hard breach, which is something you definitely need, and you have fragging capability. So this probably was the best possible operator they could have put in the game here by Rainbow Six Siege. Everyone was really questioning it at first because we already have Thermite and Habana, of course. But this guy, he brings in a whole different element to the game, because not only can he open up holes, but he also has a lot of fragging capability with a very, very good gun. They gave him the perfect gun, and I just think Ace is the perfect operator for anyone that wants to be useful to the team, but they also want to actually provide something beneficial to their team. So they can frag, and they can be useful. That is the amazing thing about Ace. But you do have to realize that the normal size breach is not very large compared to Thermite. So Thermite still has its place, Habana still has her place, but Ace is just the overall hard breacher that everyone wants to play. So let's talk about the bad things about Ace, since I've been really hyping him up. So first of all, the bandit tricker is usually going to be sitting here, but it doesn't have to just be a bandit. A Cade can easily trick an Ace because of Ace's slow deployment time. So as it goes 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, that takes some time, while a Cade comes on and then it takes a few seconds and then it'll electrocute it. So it could be Cade tricked, it could be bandit tricked, and then of course mute jammers. Not only that though, it can be intercepted by ADSs and Wamais. Not saying it's going to happen on a situation like this, but sometimes there'll be a sneaky Wamai and it'll catch the Selma and it'll be absolutely useless and waste one of your Selmas. But then there's the mute jammer, of course. That's obviously the one. It jams it until further notice. Once it gets unjammed though, it will automatically open up. You don't have to actually re-engage or anything. Once the mute jammer is destroyed, it'll automatically open the breach how it should be. So really all you got to worry about is mutes, Cades, and then of course the bandit trick, which is definitely your biggest fear whenever you're playing as Ace. The bandit trick is always the scariest thing. And what you need on your team is you are going to need Thatcher or Callie to get you through. If bandit is banned, then you're good to go, but you still probably want to bring a Thatcher at all times just to be able to get that. And then of course you could always bring a Twitch or an IQ to go from underneath, or if you guys just know map knowledge, you can come under here and just bucket out from underneath. But yeah, it's always hard. This is the guy that you guys wanted to see, of course, in Ace. And I don't know what else to really talk about on hard breachers, but I can just tell you the synergies, the counters, which I just did, of Ace. But the playstyle wise, it's just getting a wall open. That's all your goal is whenever you're playing Ace. Once you've done that though, you've done your role. You aren't really technically a fragger, but you're more so a support. But you can just frag out and you can just go in hard now that you've actually done your role. If you die, oh well. Obviously don't try to die, but it happens sometimes, but at least you will feel like you've done your job and aren't just a useless fragger. So last but not least here, we gotta kind of determine when you should use Ace, when you should use Thermite, when you should use Habana. So as always, Habana is the queen of hatches. So hatches, she wins because she can get the most hatches out of all of them. Ace can get 1.5 because he gets half with every single Ace charge. Thermite can get 2, obviously 2 hatches, and then Habana can get all of her gadgets, so 3. Now I think Ace is definitely the most versatile, to say the least, but Thermite, of course, is still the best at walls. If you're going for walls mainly, I mean, for example, I would say like Consulate on the Garage. That would be a great map to bring a Thermite because you can get the hole wide open and kind of leave more lines of sight to look through. While Ace is good at walls, as for example here, Ace can open up a sizable wall. That's like a Hibana size, right? So 2 Hibanas would be about that. 3 Hibanas would be about that. That's how I kind of determine it. So I think an Ace is about 3 Hibanas when it comes down to a wall. So Hibana is absolutely useless when it comes down to walls, but she's still very good when it comes to actual hatches like these. For example, though, Ace, he can only get 1.5 hatches. As you can see, if you just throw it like that, then the hatch will be kind of come a half hatch, right? So I have to throw my second one just to get a single hatch. Now, that obviously took 2, so that's why I say 1.5 hatches for Ace, while Thermite takes 1 and Hibana takes 1. If you want more in depth about Thermite, Hibana versus Ace, all those compared, I had a video on that right when Ace came out. I compared them all, and I kind of just determined which one I liked the most, I guess. Not really what one I like the most, but which one I think is better at each and every situation. So if you want to see that, I'll link that down below, but I'm just going to end this video with a rollout here on this B-bomb, and I just want to show you the power of Ace's weapon. It's absolutely insane of a weapon. So we're going to leave off with that. If you already got what you came from, then feel free to leave. I won't be offended, but I just kind of want to show you the AK-12. It's absolutely become one of my favorite weapons in the game.